Hello, everyone. We all know we're in the middle of a global pandemic right now, but what we may not realize is that the masks we use to keep ourselves and our loved ones safe are not that effective. They don't block a lot of the microbes that they could, and they also build up a ton of bacteria that ends up in your nose and your lungs. That's why at normalbrands.com, we treat each mask with a special solution that is harmless to humans and deadly to bacteria. Plus, they're great at keeping out most microbes, pollen, dust, as well as pollution. Perfect for all year use. So please stop by Normal Brands today to keep yourself, your family, and other loved ones safe. Peace, thanks, be well.
Game Kings, the definition of game, documentary, coming soon. Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So in this video, I'm going to talk about 7 mistakes men make with women when they have no game, okay? Now, understand this. Every guy actually has game, but when we talk about a guy having no game, we're talking about him having weak game, okay? So it's basically saying your game is weak, because either your game is tight or your game is weak. And saying that you have no game is the same as saying you have weak game, right? So I'm going to go through all of these 1 through 7. This is in no order of importance, but if any of this applies to you, right, you need to step up your game, seriously. Okay, so I'm gonna just go through these, and we're gonna chop it up and get it popping. All right, so the first one I got here. First mistake is going on dates when you know you just want to have sex. All right, going on dates when you know you just want to have sex. So guys who have weak game or guys who have no game, they will go on a bunch of dates to try to get sex, right? So a guy feels he might need to go on 2 or 3 dates first before he can get to sex, but his main objective is to try to get sex, but he feels like he can't get sex unless he goes on all these dates. And the thing is, if you just want to hook up with a girl, if you just want casual sex, if you just want to have sex, you do not need to go on dates. You understand? But see, a lot of guys who have weak game, they say, well, you can't just have sex like that. You got to take a girl out, for coffee first. And you got to take her out to dinner. You got to take her out to get drinks and all of that other stuff. You don't need to do that. If you just want sex and you're going on dates because you think that's the only way that you can get sex, that means your game is weak. You understand? It means your game is weak. See, when you meet a chick, let's say you meet a chick at a bar, right? You can try to have sex with her that night, right? Or if you can't have sex with her that night, you say, hey, let's exchange numbers. I'll hit you up, tomorrow or, later that week. You hit her up and you invite her to your place. No, you ain't going no dates, right? It's really that simple. Let's say you meet a chick on an online dating site. You don't have to go on a date. You just hit her up, say, hey, let's exchange numbers. You exchange numbers, you FaceTime that chick, and then you invite her to your place. No dates. But see, when dudes don't have, game, they feel like they need to go on a whole bunch of dates in order to get sex. See, going on a date really is for if, one, you're a guy who actually just likes to go out. You understand that's just your thing. But 2, it's more of a vetting thing as far as if you might end up wanting to really actually date this chick. You understand? You really want to spend maybe a significant amount of time with her. This is a chick you could probably see doing that with. That's when you go on a date. You understand? But if you just want sex, you just want to hook up, you ain't got to go on no goddamn dates. All right? So that's number 1. Number 1 is, going on dates when you just want to have sex. Now, the second mistake men make with women when they have no game. Now, this one is something that, applies to the guys who are tricks, right? The guys who be tricking out here, giving these chicks money for sex and affection and all that other stuff, right? So the second mistake is expecting a hoe to like you for more than just your money, okay? Expecting a hoe. See, guys who have no game, they expect the hoe to like them for more than just their money. So what does this mean? So when a dude is a trick, right? What happens is he's going out there, he's, shelling out a bunch of money in order to get sex, in order to get women to pay attention to him and interact with him. So what happens is this guy sometimes ends up catching feelings for the hoe, right? And then what happens is that because he's been treated well by the hoe, he starts to forget that the hoe is there because of the money. The reason why she's smiling in his face is because of the money. The reason why she's giving him that affection is because of the money. The reason why she's interacting with him is because of the money, right? And so what happens is he sometimes forgets that it's because of the money. So there are times where, either he may not have the money and still want to deal with the hoe, and the hoe's like, nah, right? Or what happens is that he mistakes the affection that the woman is giving him as some real shit, right? And he starts to, be on some, I'm falling in love with this woman and she loves me and we love each other type shit, because he forgot he was dealing with a hoe. You feel what I'm saying? Now, first of all, he ain't got no game in the first place. That's why he tricking. But the mistake that he's making is thinking that this hoe is going to love him, for him, but it's really just the money. You see what I'm saying? So dudes actually are out here, like this. They actually do this type of shit or feel this type of way when it comes to them tricking and dealing with hoes. You feel what I'm saying? So that's number 2. Now, third mistake men make with women when they have no game is giving a woman extra attention because they think that's going to help keep her interested. All right, so giving a woman extra attention because they think that will help to keep her interested. Now, I saw a comment earlier where some guy, he wrote a comment because I did a video a few weeks back where I was talking about, because of this whole quarantine shit and all that other stuff, I was saying, listen, with some of these girls, if they're not trying to see you at this moment, right? If you match the girl on Tinder or whatever, what you should do is FaceTime her, for a few minutes, and then say to her, hey, I'll just holler at you when this shit dies down, or holler at me when this shit dies down and we'll get together, right? And just leave it at that. Don't contact her, don't hit her up, don't do nothing else in between time, right? So a guy wrote a comment, he said, but wait a second, if you just talk to that girl at one time and then let's say a month or 2 goes by and before the quarantine shit dies down, what if another guy was talking to her, but he was hitting her up like, a few times a week until the shit dies down? And he's saying, wouldn't that guy have an advantage over the guy who's not giving her a lot of attention? And the answer is no. See, guys who have weak game or who have no game, they think that they need to keep giving a woman attention in order to keep her interested, right? But you do not have to do that. See, when a woman is interested in you, right, she's going to be responsive to you no matter what. Meaning that I can hit up a chick today and, not hit her back up until September or some shit. Because right now it's fucking May. I could hit a chick up tomorrow and not hit her back up until September. And if that girl is interested in me, right, she'll fuck with me. Even if she has a boyfriend or even if she's dealing with another guy. If she's that interested, she will make this shit happen, right? So I didn't have to, hit her up every day and go back and forth with her. If she already had it in her mind that she was feeling me, she will make this shit happen. See, when a woman is feeling you, she'll find a way to make this shit happen. So you don't need to give her attention. In fact, a lot of times, given the more attention you give her, that's making it, worse for you. Because what happens is when a woman first meets you and she doesn't really know you too well, she still has the fantasy in her head of what you might be. But if you're hitting her up every day, you're texting her, you're calling her, you become extremely familiar, you get predictable, you understand, she gets used to you already, and then the excitement's gone, right? So guys who don't have game, they think they need to keep hitting women up because they think that if I don't hit her up, she's gonna forget about me. This is what I've heard guys say, oh, but isn't she gonna forget about you? If she forgets about you, that means you were never memorable in the first place. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is that if she's actually interested, if she's feeling you, right? So if you have that conversation on the phone, FaceTime conversation at one time, you say, hey, listen, when this shit die down, I'm gonna holler at you, we gonna get it popping, right? And then when the shit die down, you holler at her and she's like, oh, hey, what's up? And then y'all get together and do your thing. You do not have to give her a whole bunch of tension in between time, all right? So that's number 3. Now, the fourth mistake men make with women when they have no game is not confirming a date. Not confirming a date. Now, I talked about this a million fucking times. When you set a date, always confirm the date. So what does that mean? That means if you hit up a chick on Wednesday and say, hey, let's get together Friday. She says, cool. On Friday, hit her up in the morning, or the afternoon. Let's say your date is Friday night. You hit her up and say, hey, are we still on? Are we still on? Just like that. Are we still on for 8 o'clock tonight? Right? And what you want is for her to say yes or no, or not even respond at all. You understand what I'm saying? But you need to basically, ask her, are we still on? See, a lot of guys have issues with this because they think they'll be like, oh, I don't want to confirm the date because doesn't that make me look weak? Doesn't that make me look like, I'm not sure of myself? And no, listen. You confirm the dates because if you do not, you will be wasting your fucking time. So if you tell some chick, hey, meet me Friday at 8, and she's like, cool, and then you just show up to the place without you confirming, right? She may not show up and then you fucking wasted your time. You guys have to confirm the motherfucking date. Do not sit there and, set a date and not confirm it. You understand? Because you're going to waste a lot of time. Now, the fifth mistake that men make when with women when they have no game is getting into an argument with a woman. Getting into an argument with a woman. All right? Now, guys, you should never get into an argument with women under no circumstances. You understand? See, when a woman pulls you into an argument or you get pulled into an argument, that means that you are now following her. You understand? Because what chicks will do is that they'll say some goofy shit and then you get triggered and then you start going at it, start getting loud and crazy. And then she's getting loud and crazy. And now you're in an argument, right? But a lot of times when chicks be talking a whole bunch of shit that's, of concern in a certain situation, right? It's really, a lot of underlying shit that they're not really saying directly. You understand? Because women, a lot of times they'll be mad about some shit or they'll bring up some shit, but it's really about some other shit. And so when you're talking to this girl, you just say, hey, listen, what's good with you? Like, what are you really upset about? What's going on? And you say it in a cool, calm, and collected tone, and you just have a conversation. But you do not argue with the chick. Because if you're arguing, you're going sort of in her frame. You're following her lead because that's what she's, creating in that situation. That's what she's trying to bring up. And the thing is, you shouldn't, trying to be, start an argument in the first place. But a lot of times the arguments will happen because she may be saying something that, sort of like gets you triggered and makes you feel a certain type of way. And you can't fall for that shit. You understand what I'm saying? See, what happens is that when you start arguing, the chick looks at you like you goofy. You understand? Because she's looking at you like, why are you doing this right now? You're supposed to be the man. You're supposed to be the rock. You're supposed to be, cool, calm, and collected. You understand? You looking like a bitch like me. You looking just like me right now with getting all emotional and shit. You feel what I'm saying? So do not argue with no chick. You understand? You can have a conversation, a cool, calm conversation. You can, diffuse that bullshit and keep that shit pushing. All right. So that is number 5. Now, the 6th mistake men make with women when they have no game is, and this one is hilarious. This is one of my favorite mistakes men make. Number 6 mistake is making a chick evaluate you. So the 6th mistake that men make with women is that they make chicks evaluate them. So what does that mean? That means that you are allowing a woman to judge you and to sort of, critique you, and almost like she's trying to, place value on you. You understand? Based off of her, whatever her standards are. Right? So for example, let's say if you were on a date with a chick, right? And y'all chilling, you interacting with her, and you say, hey, like, let's say the date's winding down or whatever. And, you say to her, yo, you seem cool. We should definitely like hang out and do this again sometime, right? So then she responds to you and says, well, tell me why I should even come see, like, what's so good about you that I should come see you for a second date, right? So this is what she responds to you. She says, let me know what's so good about you that I should actually come see you for a second date. Right now, if you make the mistake of responding to that, what happens is that she's now evaluating you. You understand? Now she's in the position of power, right? You are the potential employee and she is the employer. She's trying to hire you for her company. You understand? Instead of the other way around. That's what happens when you let a chick evaluate you. So if she says, well, tell me what's good about you that I should even go on a second date with you, and then you respond and you be like, well, I'm a really good guy, and I think me and you had a great connection, and I feel that we would have a great time the next time we hang out. You're done, nigga. Stop. You understand what I'm saying? Don't do that. You understand? If a chick, does anything like that when she's trying to evaluate you, what you can do is just basically ignore that fucking question, or ignore what she's saying and change the subject. You understand? Because that doesn't even require a response. So if a chick is like, oh, so what makes you so good that I should even go on the second date with you? Your response should be, well, you know what? It's getting late. I'm gonna head out, so I'll see you later. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's it. You ain't really got to respond to that. Or if you do respond to that, it should not be you answering that question. You understand what I'm saying? So it could be like, she's saying that shit like, oh, well, what makes you good enough for me to want to see you again on the second date? And you just look at her, you're like, hi, you funny. And then you just start talking about something else. You understand? Like, you don't really like give that any validity by dignifying that with any type of response. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you do not do that. Listen, if you ever in a situation where a woman is trying to evaluate you, do not fall into that bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's a lose-lose situation. You see what I mean? Because as soon as you start, responding to that, it's a wrap. Because, like, let's say, again, another example, let's say you talking to some girl and she's like, so what's your like favorite books or whatever, right? And you're like, oh, well, I don't read that many books, but one of them is, the Think and Grow Rich. And then she says, wait a second, you're not a book reader? Like, why don't you, what's up with you where you don't want to read any books? Like, tell me, what's up with that? Like, why do you not want to read books? Right? And then now you're like, oh, well, it's because, I kind of like to listen to audiobooks, I guess. I don't, so like she's putting you in a situation where you're trying to prove something to her. Like, she's sitting there judging you, nitpicking you, looking at you, and you're trying to appease her. Fuck that shit. Do not do that shit. All right. So that's number 6. Now, the 7th mistake men make with women when they have no game. And this shit just makes me scratch my head. This shit makes me I'm just like, like, seriously, guys, this shit just makes me really makes me sad sometimes when I hear this type of shit. When I see this type of shit, it fucking brings a tear to my eye. Okay. Number 7, the 7th mistake men make with women is expecting women to just come to them. You know, I blame the internet. I do. I blame the internet for having these guys out here who ain't got no game, spreading this nonsense around. I mean, God, like, these dudes, they're like, well, just get your shit together and the woman will come to you. No, they won't. Just be on your purpose and the women are going to chase you. No, they're not. You understand? I want to know for all you guys out there who got your shit together and who are on your purpose, like, why are y'all even watching this content? Because the women should just be coming to you right now, shouldn't they? Where's all these women that just randomly come to you? Like, you just walk into a bar and women are just coming to you. You're just walking down the street and the women are just flocking to you like crazy. You got freaking 20, 25 girls a day fucking clamoring to get with you because you're just doing your thing and frolicking through life, and women are just throwing panties and bras and screaming and to trying to get your autograph. Like, where is this happening? Listen, whatever y'all are smoking, I want some. You understand what I'm saying? I want some. Because apparently, dudes was just living their lives like they were normally living their lives, and no women were coming up to them. But now all of a sudden, you went on the internet and got the secret to getting girls to come to you. You just gotta fucking get your shit together and be on your purpose, and then the chicks are going to come to you. Wow, guys! Like, I mean, this is amazing. This is a freaking breakthrough in the fucking game community. This is like brilliant. This is amazing. Like, this is extravagant. This is all we had to do. Listen, I'm about to pack it up. I'm about to, call it a day. I'm retiring from coaching because all niggas had to do was get their shit together and be on their purpose, and the women are going to come to you. That is motherfucking genius. It's amazing. What were we thinking? Trying to, become attractive? What were we thinking about all this mouthpiece shit and, working on your confidence and your appearance and all this bullshit? Listen, all you need to do is get your shit together, be on your purpose, focus on your goals, and the women are going to come to you. Just sit there and wait for the choosing signals, right? The genius of this, I know that guys had their shit together for a while, but maybe what it was is that they had to get their shit together more. They had to get they had to put shit on top of shit and but put that shit together. And then maybe because, you were only making $50,000 a year, maybe you have to make $60,000 or maybe $70,000. That's why it's not working yet. I know. You're saying, look, you need to get your shit together more because you're only making 60 grand. You need to make 70 grand or maybe 80. You got to trade in that raggedy car you have for a better car. I understand. You understand? You got to get your status a little up. You got to focus on your purpose just a little bit more. That's why the chicks are not coming to you right now. You just got to do it just a little bit more. And then the women are going to come to you. I get it now, guys. Thank you so much. I had no idea that all you had to do was to get your shit together and just walk into a bar and say, hey, let me get a Bacardi and Coke, right? And just sit there and, just chill and then the women are actually going to come to you. They're literally gonna come to you, sit down, and say, "Hey, how are you? My name is Stacy. I want to get with you." They're just gonna do this, and not only are they gonna do this, they're going to do this when you're walking outside. They're going to do this when you're waiting in line to buy a movie ticket. They're going to do this when you're, going to the bathroom to take a shit in a public restroom. They're going to be waiting outside because they know that you got your shit together and they see this as happening. Listen, okay. Okay, that was probably a bit much, but you guys get the point. Now, before you go, click the link below and go to badboymembership.com. Now, badboymembership.com is a place where you go to get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Listen, I know you're tired of being rejected. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of being afraid to approach women. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of not getting the women that you want. Go to badboymembership.com. Listen, I know you're tired of being alone on a Friday night. Go to badboymembership.com. Now picture this. You'll go from not getting what you want when it comes to you dealing with women to actually getting what you want, to being the guy women want to be with, women want to date, women want to have sex with. All you need to do is go to badboymembership.com, follow the steps, learn the game, implement the game, and then you will get the woman you want. Make sure you go to badboymembership.com today. Click the link below.